What's going on, everybody? I'm Carlos. This is Steven.
How's it going?
Welcome back to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Today, 2 new releases from the house of Byron, Parfums. They're called The Chronic and Oud Bourbon. Keep it right there.
Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover.
So this house made like a lot of noise on Instagram last year, right?
I do remember that. Yeah, it was a
Moolah
wave.
Moolah and Pirates and 0.2 or 2.0. I always get that mixed up. My apologies. So they hit Instagram hard and everybody was talking about them. I did wind up reviewing Moolah Moolah and I really liked it. It was something new, something different, but really enjoyable.
I agree.
At the same time, these are his latest releases, and of course, everybody was looking forward to them, having loved their previous releases. So this has been a hot topic on Instagram as well.
They set a good precedent.
We've got here The Chronic. Ooh, what does that mean?
Maybe it means it's going to last chronically. It's going to last a long time.
Yes. So you're going to fall chronically in love with it.
There you go.
And we've got Oud Bourbon here.
That one sounds enticing. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. So these both were sent to us for review from Mr. Byron Parfums. Thank you very much. But as always, all opinions are our own. Where should we start?
I guess let's go ahead and start with the Chronic.
Okay.
And so this one contains notes of pepper, cinnamon, amber, leather, patchouli, sandalwood, and white musk. So it's not an overly complicated note breakdown. And I have to say this is actually my favorite of the two. Yeah.
Okay.
So it has this vanillic sweetness that I really like, but it has that peppery quality as well. And I think the pepper works in conjunction with the cinnamon to produce that effect. I think it's a little powdery though, and I don't necessarily dislike that.
I have it on my hand, in case you're wondering.
And I do like the powder, but I must confess, I think...
You smell powder on me?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, okay.
I think the thing that I like the most about this one is that it reminds me a little bit of Hypnotic Poison by Dior. And Annick Minardo is a perfumer for whom I have a ton of respect. And so the fact that it kind of reminds me of that vanillic almond thing, I really enjoy this one. I do.
Of the two, that one doesn't wear as potently as Oud Bourbon does. The notes don't jump from my skin like they do with this one. This has a little... I said cinnamon was the first thing I said when I sprayed it on my hand. It's a little spicy, but it's not over the top. They both have a certain gentleness about them, as does the whole line.
I think so too.
Like, if there's a sweet vibe, it's never an overly sweet vibe. If it's a spicy vibe or a floral vibe, it's not overly. They have like a, I don't want to say lightness, but a pale kind of ethereal feel to the collection.
Yeah, I don't think they've necessarily put out anything that has been challenging or anything that has kind of gone against the grain or pushed the envelope, so to speak. I think everything has been very appealing, something that would acclimate, or something that you would acclimate to, I should say. And even with Oud Bourbon, I mean, I'm thinking of like barrels made out of oud wood and, you know, bourbon soaking in them and macerating. And I really don't get that from this one per se. This is actually kind of light and citrusy.
Yeah.
And
This one contains violet, saffron, neroli, vanilla, jasmine, blackcurrant. That's a note that we both love in a lot of fragrances.
yeah, for sure.
Laotian oud, did I say that correctly?
Laotian.
Laotian oud, musk, and sandalwood.
Cool.
I meant to say earlier when we were discussing the Chronic that I was picturing in my head that it had something to do with weed and it would be some kind of green-infused fragrance. That wasn't the case at all.
Not at all.
Here, bourbon, Oud Bourbon, it's a little boozy, but not overly so. You know, it's fun. It's bright.
Yeah, I definitely get the brightness, and I think the oud and the saffron kind of piece together this accord that I've smelled before in fragrances, but I like that it has this fresh opening to it. And I don't get that with a lot of other like oud dominant fragrances. They tend to veer in a very dark direction. And so this is in many ways like a contradiction. It's bright, but then it has that depth in the base. I like the oud in here in the sense that it's not overly pronounced. And truth be told, I love my like really dense, heavy oud fragrances. But this is one that's very easy to recommend. And so I think the approachability factor makes this one that much more likable.
Smell them both.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, and you'll tell me which one you think.
So this is definitely the oud. Yeah, see, my favorite is still the
This
chronic.
I love the smell, but this just pops off my skin for some reason. Just works with my chemistry or whatever. But they're both really, there are good qualities in both of them. I would definitely recommend both to check out.
Yeah, I think they're both very approachable, very easy to wear. If there's some means by which you can acquire a sample, I would definitely recommend that. I don't think either one of us ever recommend blind buys.
Definitely not.
Yeah. And so, solid scents. I like the direction that this house is going in. I think consistently they're releasing good fragrances. And I think it's also a really nice variety too. And it's not kind of like the, you smelled when you smelled them all kind of deal. Each one of them kind of goes in a different direction. So, it's interesting.
And the cloud at the moment, both together, is really, really lovely. So, what do you mean? I'm the sample guy. I'm going to give them a sample. They're going to try it before they buy it. One lucky subscriber can win a sample set of these two. I will give a 5 ml can of each. These are only made in 50 ml bottles.
And I actually like the way that they look compared to the older bottles.
Yeah. The giveaway, a 5 ml can of each of these for one lucky subscriber. All you have to do is subscribe to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, subscribe to Mr. Redolessence.
Thank you.
Like this video, then leave one comment down below with what you enjoyed most about this video. Thanks so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate it. If you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing. And if you haven't a subscriber, click on the bell icon so you don't miss notifications on new reviews, new content giveaways, and all the fragrant fun always happening right here at BFL in Redolessence Studio in New Jersey. Take care, stay blessed, and we will see you at the next review.
Bye.